G'day guys, what's cracking? It's Ralph here. I'm stoked to be with you within Lightroom. I know, right? Within Lightroom, pretty exciting because today I want to talk about the 21 shortcuts I use nearly on a daily basis that make my editing life far easier. And if you stick with this, I think you'll find some things that you didn't realize even that Lightroom could even do. And today I'm going to show you how it does that with simply the press of a button. Just not working. Gosh. Oh, it's so good. This channel is about equipping you to activate your creativity through photography. And if you'd like to be part of the creative crew, please subscribe and like this video. There's videos that come out every Tuesday and every Saturday, and we're going to get stuck right in with number 1. The first thing I always do once I put my images into Lightroom is I go through and I press the number 6, which highlights each image as the image that I would like to work on. So I'll go through my entire workflow and I will just say I've got 200 images and I'll go 6 on the number images that I want to highlight red. Now you can highlight a variety of different colors. You can highlight yellow by pressing 7, 8 gives you green, 9 gives you blue, and that's it. Don't go 0 because that leads me to my second. Once you've got an image that you think is just bang on, then I go 5. And 5 sets it to a rating of 5. You can go 4, 3, 2, 1, or get rid of your rating by going 0. But the rating enables me to go, this photo is what I want to pay specific attention to because it's a banger. So number 5 to give it a rating out of 5, or you can give it a rating out of 1. Or if you want to group some photos together based on rating, you can give them all a rating of 2 or 3 or whatever you choose. It's for you to use. You can also use it with clients. So you sit down and people are like, yeah, you say, just mark 5 and the ones you really like, and we'll go with them. When you go to crop, you go this little one here, and then a cool little shortcut is if you go O, you can change the composition. Look at this. So you can match your image up using the different. You hear that? Just hitting the O. So you use O to change the composition grids that help you compose your photography even more effectively. Command Z on the Mac undoes something. So if we, let's say we crop it like this and we go done and we go, no, that's terrible. You go Command Z and it takes it back to how it was. If you go, no, actually it was good. You go Command Shift Z and it takes it back to that. That's intriguing. That's intriguing. In fact, no, we're not talking about this. We'll do this in another video. So let's say you're happy with the way you've edited this image, but you've got another number of images similar to it in the same sort of genre, the same sort of space, but different photos. You can actually go Command C, which gives you this. You can copy all your settings, and then you go copy, and then you go next and you go Command V, which is Command Paste, and you paste all your settings onto that image. Let's say you want to sync all of them. You go to the end, you go Shift and you click down. So Shift click gives you the selection of all of them, and then you can sync those images. And the way you sync them is by going Command Shift S, and it syncs them to the very first image you had selected. The settings, that is. It doesn't sync anything else other than the settings, and you can choose what settings you apply or don't apply when that little box that you just saw comes up for you. This one's really cool. All right, so let's say you've got your image here. You're really happy with how it's composed and what it looks like, and you're like, but I need all the other stuff to go away. So this is it. You just go L, and it darkens it. And then you go L, and it darkens it. And it gives you a black box around your image, so you can just look at the image and go, oh, does that look good? Pretty happy with that. We're halfway through, and if you're enjoying this, you might want to consider becoming a member. Joining. That's right, I've activated membership on the channel. It's an exciting little thing. Have a look at it. I'd love to hear your feedback. You just hit the join tab. It's just below, right next to the subscribe tab. Have a look, feel it out, see what you think. You can get stuck in, and if you want to be part of more of the creative crew, there's a Facebook group. We'll just enable you to engage with your creativity, offer some photography, ask for some help across the boards. There's a number of great photographers in there, and if that's something you'd like to be part of, I would love for you to be part of it. So that's down. Let's push on. If we press F, look what happens. Full page view of your image. Come on. So F is when you edit it up and you say to the family, hey, come look at this. This is great. And then you press F. You drop an F bomb. Sorry. And it gives you a full screen view of your image. J is fascinating. You press J and it shows you where it's clipping. So if I press Z, that zooms in, another shortcut, and then you can just scroll around. So Z zooms in, but also clipping, if I go J on, J off. So if you notice the red on it, that means it's perfect white. If it was perfect black, it would be highlighted blue. And the problem with bright whites and dark blacks is you lose all the details. So the idea is you press J and then you would compensate your editing to calm down some of that. So it might reduce some of the whites, and watch this, and they all go. But you're like, oh, I need a bit more white in it. So you just push it up, and you push it up, and if you look in the histogram, in the top right hand corner, you see where your clipping starts to turn on or off. And if I go here, that little exclamation mark, that little triangle, it says warning, Will Robinson, warning. So we just back it off until it sits pretty, just like that. J, that is. It's J is a good one, J. Press Z to zoom out, Z to zoom in, Z to zoom out. And then what we can do is look at the information. So if you press I in the top left-hand corner, let me get out of the way. If we press I, it does that. If I press I again, it tells you the settings. So we've got date and what the name of the file is called. And then we've got all the settings you used and the lens you used. And you press I again and it all disappears. And I'm back. Did you miss me? Of course you didn't miss me. I know you didn't miss me. You don't have to be polite about it. If you want to go back to the library, you press G. And likewise, if you're in the library and you want to go to your develop module, you press D. The reason you press D for develop is develop starts with D. The reason you press G for library is I have no idea. Ridiculous, right? Because L certainly doesn't do it and Y certainly doesn't do it. All right, let's talk about Y. Y gives you a before and after. So you can see what the photo was just here, and you can see what the photo is just here. Pretty cool, right? So that's Y. Press Y again, and it reverses it. Most of these shortcuts, if you press them twice, it just does the opposite to what happened, but not with every case. So sometimes that doesn't work. If you undo something, can you undo it again? It continues to undo rather than redo. That's why you put the shift into reverse it. Anyway, I digress. V is pretty cool. V is monochrome. It's a different version of the image. So V gives you monochrome. Basically, it takes you back like 60 years. And then to the present, here we go. Drone shot, present. Helicopter shot, 60 years ago. Drone shot, present. I'm wasting your time. I'm sorry, I'll push on. If you go Command square bracket, it changes the orientation of your photograph. Now here's a little tip for you. If you want to make sure your photograph is composed well, turn it upside down and it tricks your brain into looking at the composition of it rather than the emotional attachment you have to the photograph. So there you go. You can see if it's composed well. I think that's composed pretty well. I like it. If you go backslash just by itself, it takes you to what it was before, takes you what it is now. So it's like Y. Y puts them side by side. Backslash gives you previous, current. And finally, the big reveal, Command R. You know what Command R does? Watch this. It shows you where it is in your Finder tab. What? How cool is that? I'll go Command R, and there you go, folks. 21 shortcuts that will change your entire editing life. I put a list of these in the description below so you can just copy and put them on your phone or your laptop or your computer or wherever's handy. You can learn them, you can refer back to them. If you've got other shortcuts that you're like, Ralph, this one's dynamite, why didn't you talk about that? Good for you to be involved. So come on, get involved. Put in the comments below. Give this a thumbs up. Every thumbs up helps. And if you can watch an ad, I know you hate the ads, but if you can watch an ad, it makes a massive difference on my end of things. So it's just another little way that you can support. Thanks so much for watching. Hope it's really helped. Share this video if you think of others that might benefit from it. And I'll see you in the next video. And today I'm going to show you how it does that with simply the press of a button. The heck did that do? You hear that? Just hitting the O. That sounded terrible. My apologies.